Last night I saw a superhero, he was black. He said, this is for the street, Black Lightning's back.
Hello to all and welcome back into the channel for this week's review for Black Lightning Season 4, Episode 5, The Book of Ruin, Chapter 1, Picking Up the Pieces. If this is your first time tuning into the channel, please be advised there will be heavy spoilers as we discuss this week's episode. And yes, indeed, we do have some things we need to discuss. So right out of the gate, if you've been keeping up with the show, then the events of last week's episode, towards the very end, Jennifer went nuclear.
No way. Oh my God! No way!
And as I mentioned in my last review, the one person I was worried about most of all was Jefferson, who in this episode let us know that somehow she was still alive. And with everything else going on in the episode, we do get the reveal at the end she is still alive, but
There's something different about you.
now, as much as we here on Content Meta might poke fun at things that are fictional, what transpired in this episode or behind the scenes to make this possible was something that the actress who played Lightning in the show, China Ann McClain, talked about months in advance, in case you didn't already know. And the link to that video will be in the description. Now, just before the show's airing, Nafessa Williams posted a pic on her Instagram of the new actress. And despite the efforts of my personal research, aka IMDb, during the making of this review, China McClain is slated for the same amount of episodes as is the regular cast. Now, with all of that being said, now that it has been confirmed, one question rings the loudest in our minds. Why exactly did she leave the show? Well, without being too long-winded, I think more so for personal reasons just watching her video. Now, you could also be wondering who exactly is this new actress that just shows up in this episode out of the blue. Well, as it turns out, her name is Laura Kiriuki, hope I'm saying that right, and up to this point has not been in a single movie or TV show up until this very episode. Now, to her credit, she does have a background in theater and was subsequently entered into a mentoring program with ABC. And I guess we'll be seeing how she does in the show. Now, another big reveal that happens in this episode is Jefferson dons the uniform once again in an attempt to go into the ionosphere to collect Jennifer's particles. Now, there is another episode where Jefferson absorbed not even half of her powers as warned by Lynn, but in this episode, he's able to capture all of the particles because, plot armor, but now, however, as high up as he was, it's a miracle he's even able to breathe, right?
That makes sense.
Now, what's very interesting are the name drops of not only Central City, but Star Labs, as well as The Flash, who just might have Hydron Collider tech laying around. This means I might have to do those recaps after all. But we get to see a lot of people react to Jennifer's rebirth before the fact, which allows Anissa and her mom, Lynn, to spend more time together, also with TC and Anissa having a heart-to-heart, as well as Jefferson and Gambi recounting old and good times. But one of the most surprising twists of this episode, despite all the levels of sauciness between these characters, comes in the form of Tobias maybe having a chink in his armor after all, when his project coordinator Val suggests that he might be obsessed with the Pierce family. Put together with the fact of the look on her face as she walked out of the room, could be the one string that might unravel the unique composition that is Tobias Well, which could be the inspiration for the title of this week's episode. And speaking of ruin, and yes, I'm gonna bypass that interaction between Lynn and Jefferson because that was just, I don't know, momentary grief. Given the fact that Officer Hassan found a body that is somehow linked to Lightning, and even though this guy took some initial abuse from Jefferson first, then Lala, who dealt the final death blow, even though he is named the newly head of a meta task force, the department is just reaching right now. But in closing, the fact that Destiny offered Lala a truce, so to speak, in the beginning, that says no, she set him up. Now, even more of his homies is locked up, and the I can't breathe line, I don't even know what that was, man. But anyway, stay tuned in the Content Meta for more reviews like this. Please hit the like and sub button, and oh, by the way, we will be doing a giveaway to the 5th person who comments on this video for a gift that will total $25. Thanks for watching as always, and until then, see you then.